Welcome back to Crafted
beneath
Nest,
the soft shade of trees,
the place where forgotten
rest a
objects
daybed made
find a
not from
second
luxury
chance to
furniture,
bloom.
but from pallets.
Today, we'll
Cushions
take the
and
art of
blankets spill
observe,
across its wooden
imitate,
frame,
and modify,
inviting rest.
and bring it
This is a
alive through
pallet
garden
daybed,
ideas
rustic,
that turn
cozy,
trash
and a haven
into
for
timeless
outdoor
treasures.
lounging.
Imagine an
comfort in
old
its
bottle
simplicity.
glowing like
Guests
stained
sink
glass
into the
in the
pillows,
sun, or a
sipping
broken
tea while
teacup
listening to the
reborn
hum
as
of
a
bees
planter for
nearby.
herbs.
Children
Every
curl
project
up
you'll
with
see
books,
is not
their
only
laughter
practical,
carried by the breeze.
but poetic,
And when night
designed to
falls,
spark
fairy
joy,
lights strung
save
above turn
money,
the daybed into
and
a glowing
inspire your
retreat,
creativity.
perfect for stories
Stay with us
and
until the
stargazing.
end, because
Creating one
each
is both
idea
easy
is
and
simple enough
affordable.
for anyone
Gather
to try at
straw and
home,
pallets,
yet magical
sanding them
enough to make
smooth
your
to
garden
remove
feel
splinters,
like a sanctuary.
stack or line them
And
as a base,
before we dive
securing
in,
with screws.
don't forget to
Add a
subscribe to
mattress or
Crafted
thick
Nest,
cushions,
your home for
layering
weekly
with blankets and
inspiration where
colorful throw
creativity
pillows.
meets
For
sustainability.
extra charm,
Let's grow
place the
something
daybed under a
beautiful
pergola,
together.
canopy, or string of lights. Surround it with plants and lanterns to complete the cozy vibe.
If
This
you've ever
project
glanced at
is
an
more
old
than
tire
furniture.
lying
It is
abandoned by the
sanctuary.
roadside, it
Proof
might
that
have
beauty
seemed
and
like
rest can be
nothing
built
more
with
than
simple
waste.
materials and
But
imagination.
with a touch of
A
imagination,
pallet daybed
that
teaches
very
us that
tire
luxury
can
isn't
become
always
a
bought.
whimsical garden planter
Sometimes
that brings
it is
life
crafted
and
by
color
hand.
to your outdoor
As
space.
the sun dips low,
This is the beauty
garden
of
comes alive
DIY,
with light.
seeing
Wine
potential in
bottles,
what others
once
call
emptied at
trash,
celebrations,
and turning it
now
into a
stand
treasure
tall
that
as
sings
torches.
with personality.
Flames flicker
Picture
from their
this.
mouths,
A set of
casting
tires
golden
painted in
reflections across
joyful
leaves
shades of
and
turquoise,
paths.
yellow,
This is a wine bottle
or
torch,
fuchsia,
rustic,
each one
stylish,
cradling
and
blossoms
glowing
that
with new
spill
purpose.
gently over the
There's
edges.
charm in their
Their
transformation.
circular frames
Guests
become
marvel
little
at the
worlds
elegance
of
of
greenery
recycled
and
bottles
flowers,
turn into
catching
lighting.
the eye of
Children
anyone
watch
who
in
walks
awe,
past.
their faces
Tires
lit
are
by the
sturdy,
dancing flames.
weather-resistant,
And when
and
night
easy
deepens,
to shape into
the
creative
torches
designs.
guide footsteps
Whether you
softly,
hang them from a tree
turning the
branch
garden
or
into a
stack
stage
them
of
into a
warmth and
playful
wonder,
tower,
making
they add
one
an
as creative
unexpected
and
charm
practical.
to your garden.
Choose sturdy
One practical
wine bottles,
tip is to
clean them
drill a
thoroughly,
few small
and
holes
fit
at the
them with
bottom for
torchwood
drainage
holders or
before
metal
filling the
fittings.
tire with soil.
Fill with lamp oil
This
or
prevents your
eco-friendly
plants from
fuel.
drowning after heavy
Securing the
rain.
wick in place.
Adding a splash
Mount
of
the
outdoor
bottles on
paint not
posts,
only
fences,
makes
or
the tire
tables.
pop with
With a
vibrancy,
single spark,
but also
the
protects
torch
it from
comes
the
alive,
elements. If
blending
you want to
rustic
save
design with
space,
function.
try hanging
This
a tire
project
planter on
is
your
more
fence
than lighting.
and fill it with
It is
trailing
storytelling.
plants like ivy
Proof
or
that
petunias.
beauty can rise from
The
the remnants of
cascading
yesterday.
effect looks magical.
A wine bottle
What
torch
makes this
teaches us that
project
creativity
so
is
rewarding
not just
is
about
how
invention,
accessible it is.
but about seeing
You don't
new
need
life
advanced
in what
tools
already
or a big
exists.
budget.
In the middle of
Just
the
a spare
garden
tire,
stands a tower
some
of
paint,
clay,
and your
not
favorite
empty,
flowers.
but filled with
And
water that
suddenly,
sparkles in the sun.
what was once forgotten
Birds
becomes
gather,
the heart
dipping
of
their
your
wings
garden.
and splashing
It's a
playfully.
reminder that
This is the
beauty
clay
often
pot bird
hides
bath,
in the most
rustic,
unexpected
charming,
places,
and alive with movement.
waiting for us to bring
There's
it back to
delight
life.
in its simplicity.
There's something
Guests pause
enchanting
to
about
watch as
glass in the
sparrows,
garden.
finches, and robins
When
visit.
sunlight touches a
Their
bottle,
songs filling
it
the
bends
air.
the light,
Children smile as
casting
they see
playful
nature
glimmers
so
that
close,
dance across
learning
leaves
that even
and soil.
small spaces can
What
welcome
once was a
wildlife.
collection of
And when
empty
evening
soda
comes,
bottles or
the bath
discarded
reflects
wine
lantern
containers
light,
can
glowing
transform
softly
into
like a
glowing
pool of
borders
stars.
and magical walls,
Creating one is
giving your
easy and
outdoor
rewarding.
space a
Gather
touch of
terracotta
wonder.
pots of
Imagine
varying
walking along a
sizes.
pathway lined
Stack
with
them in a
glass
tiered
bottles,
formation,
each one
securing
buried
with strong
neck down
adhesive
into
if
the
needed.
earth.
Place
The
a
morning
wide
sun
dish or
catches
shallow
their
bowl on
curves,
top,
creating
filled
a
with water,
rainbow-like
and
shimmer
surround
as
with
you stroll
flowers
past.
or stones
It's
for added
simple,
beauty.
yet
This
it feels
project
like
is
stepping
more than
into a
decoration.
secret garden.
It is connection,
And beyond their beauty,
a way of
these
bringing
bottle
life
borders
closer
act as
and
a
turning the
sturdy
garden
and
into a
eco-friendly
sanctuary
edging
for
for your
both
plants
people and
or
creatures.
pathways.
A clay
Another
pot bird bath
inspiring
teaches
idea
us that
is
even the
crafting a
simplest
garden wall
materials
out of
can create
bottles.
joy.
When stacked
shaped with
tightly
care.
with mortar
In
or
a corner
wood
of
frames,
the garden stands
the
a barrel,
bottles become
once
tiny
used to
windows
store
for
wine
light.
or water.
In the late
its wooden
afternoon,
staves,
your
aged
wall
and marked
comes
by
alive
time,
as golden
now
rays
cradle
pass
soil alive
through,
with flowers and
scattering
herbs.
patterns
This is a
across
wooden
your
barrel
garden
planter.
floor.
Vintage,
It's a sustainable
rustic, and a
solution
piece of
that
history
not
reborn.
only recycles
There is
waste,
character
but also
in its
adds a
look.
striking
Guests
architectural
admire
touch.
how the barrel's curves
If you
frame
prefer something
blossoms
smaller,
spilling over the edges.
try turning bottles into
Children
lanterns.
peek inside,
Place a candle
finding
or
strawberries
insert
and
fairy
mint
lights
tucked among the
inside.
blooms.
Hang them from
And when evening
branches,
falls,
and you'll have a
lanterns
warm,
nearby glow
glowing
against its wooden
atmosphere that
surface,
feels welcoming
making
in
the
the
planter
evening.
shine design is both
The
decor
beauty of
and
working
memory.
with glass bottles
Creating
is how
one is
accessible
simple
it is.
and satisfying.
No fancy tools
Find an
required,
old barrel,
just a careful eye
cut it in half if
and a
needed,
bit of patience.
sanding sharp
And
edges,
every time the
drill
sunlight
drainage
hits,
holes at the bottom,
you're reminded
then
that
fill with
light can
soil
pass
rich in
through
compost.
even the most
Plant
ordinary
herbs,
things,
vegetables, or
revealing
flowers,
unexpected
letting them
beauty.
trail naturally
It's
over the
not
rim.
just garden decor.
This project
it's
is more
poetry
than
written
gardening.
in glass
It is
and
preservation.
sunlight. Sometimes
Proof that old
the simplest
materials carry new
materials
value
hold
when
the greatest
imagination
promise.
guides them.
A weathered
A barrel
wooden
planter
pallet,
teaches us that
often left
rustic
forgotten
beauty comes
in
not from
warehouses or
perfection,
alleys,
but from
can
history.
rise again as a
Embrace
rustic
and
vertical
replant it
herb
with
garden,
care.
a living
From
wall
sturdy
that
ropes
breathes
and planks of
fragrance
wood,
and
a
freshness
shelf hangs
into your
gracefully.
backyard.
carrying not
This
only
is where
plants but
practicality
character,
meets poetry,
swaying slightly
where
with the
each
breeze.
slat becomes
It
a
becomes
cradle
part of the
for
garden's
life.
rhythm.
Picture a
This is a
pallet
rope-hanging
leaning
shelf,
gently against
rustic,
your fence.
creative, and
Pockets
a
of
clever
soil
vertical
nestled
hack
between the
for small
boards,
spaces.
sprouting basil,
There's charm in its
rosemary,
simplicity.
thyme,
Guests
and
glance
mint.
at the shelves,
With every brush of your
surprised at how
hand,
floating wood can
you
hold
release
so
a fresh
much beauty.
scent that mingles
Children
with
reach
the
up,
warm afternoon
fascinated
air.
by the
The
knots that
sight of
keep
those
everything
small
in
leaves
place.
reaching toward
And
the
when
light
evening
is
arrives,
not only beautiful,
lanterns placed on the shelves
it's
glow
deeply
softly,
satisfying.
making the
You're
ropes shimmer
nurturing
like
both your
golden
garden
strands.
and your kitchen,
Making one
bringing
is
flavor
easier than
straight
it
from the
looks.
wall to your
Cut
table.
sturdy wooden boards
One helpful
into
tip
equal
is
lengths.
to line the pallet
Drill
with
holes at each
landscaping
corner,
fabric before
threading
adding
strong
soil.
rope through them.
This prevents
Tie
the
knots
dirt from
under
spilling
each
out
shelf to
while
hold
keeping
them
the
in
roots
place.
secure.
Hang the
Labeling
entire
each
shelf from a
section
hook,
with
pergola,
handwritten
or
wooden
beam,
tags adds a
ensuring
personal
balance
touch,
and strength.
turning your garden
This
into
project
both a
is more than
pantry
storage.
and a piece of art.
It is creativity.
And if space is limited,
Proof that
this
simple
vertical
ropes
design
can
is a
become decor
blessing.
that feels
A
fresh,
compact
functional, and
solution for
alive.
balconies,
A rope hanging
patios,
shelf
or
teaches us that
tiny
space is not
courtyards.
limited by walls.
What makes this project
Sometimes
so
it
rewarding
floats,
is its
carried by
accessibility.
imagination.
You don't need
In the
expensive
garden rests a
materials,
tub,
just an
once used
old
for
palette,
chores,
some
now
creativity,
shimmering with
and
water
a little
and
patience.
life. Lilies
Over
float
time,
gently on its
your
surface,
herb garden
while
becomes more
goldfish
than
dart
just a
beneath the
source of
reflections
ingredients.
sky and leaves.
It becomes a
This is a
companion.
metal tub pond,
It greets you
rustic,
each morning
charming,
with
in a
new
miniature
growth,
world of calm.
offers
There is
comfort with its
serenity
scent,
in its presence.
and reminds you
Guests
that
pause
even
to
the
listen,
humblest scraps of wood
smiling
can
as
become a
dragonflies
source of
hover above
abundance.
the water.
This
Children
is the
lean
heart
close,
of DIY gardening.
peering at fish
Not
and
perfection,
whispering secrets
but
to the ripples.
transformation.
And when twilight
From rough
falls,
timber to
lanterns and
fragrant
fairy
harvest,
lights around the pond glow,
it's proof that beauty
turning
can
into a
grow
jewel of the
vertically,
garden night.
even from
Creating
the
one is
simplest of
simple and
beginnings.
delightful.
Every
Take a
broken
galvanized
piece
metal
tells
tub
a story.
and clean
A
it
chipped
well.
plate,
Fill
a
it with
cracked
water,
teacup,
then add
or a
aquatic
shattered
plants
tile
like
once
lilies
belonged
or
to
lotus.
everyday life.
Introduce fish
Instead
if
of discarding
desired,
them,
and place
why
stones
not let
or
those
driftwood around
fragments
the edge
find
for a
new
natural
purpose
look.
beneath your feet?
This project
With
is
a little
more than a
patience,
pond.
broken
It is sanctuary.
ceramics can be reborn
Proof that
as
even
stepping
small
stones,
spaces can hold the
guiding
wonder
your
of
walk
water
through the
and
garden
life.
with color
A tub
and memory.
pond teaches us that
Imagine
beauty
strolling
doesn't
along a
always require
pathway where
grand
each
scale.
step lands on a
Sometimes,
mosaic of
if
blues,
it's inside a humble
greens,
circle of metal,
and yellows,
beside the
sparkling
garden
under
seat
the
stands a
afternoon
table,
sun.
not
The
carved by
shards catch
machine
the
but
light,
cut from the earth itself.
turning something
A
ordinary
solid
into
log,
something
its
magical.
bark rough,
Each
its
stone
top
is
smooth
unique.
to a sheen.
No
Hold
two
a teacup,
patterns
a
alike,
book,
like
and
little
perhaps a lantern for the
artworks
night.
laid
This is
gently
the
on the
wooden
ground.
log side table.
It's not just a
rustic,
walkway.
natural,
It's a
and
gallery of
grounded in
moments
simplicity.
preserved in
There
color
is
and
strength in its
texture.
presence.
Creating
Guests
mosaic
admire its
stepping
weight and
stones is
honesty.
simpler than it looks.
A piece of the forest
Use a
brought
mold
into the
or
lounge.
an old cake pan,
Children tap
pour
on
in
its bark.
cement, and
Counting
gently
rings
press
etched
the
across its
ceramic
surface.
pieces into place.
And when dusk
Once
arrives,
it sets,
candles or lamps
smooth out
placed
the
on
surface
top
with
glow
grout,
warmly.
and you'll have a durable
Turn the
piece
log
of
into a
art
beacon
ready
of
for the
coziness.
outdoors.
Creating
A
one is
useful
simple
tip is
and
to seal
deeply
the stones with
satisfying.
weatherproof
Find
coating,
a sturdy log,
ensuring the colors
wide
stay
enough to serve
vibrant
as a
through
tabletop.
rain and shine.
Cut it to the desired
Beyond
height.
their beauty,
Sanding the top
these
until
stones
smooth.
carry emotion.
Seal the wood
That
with
old
oil
bowl
or
from your
varnish
grandmother,
to protect against weather.
now part of your garden
This
path,
project is more
becomes
than
a bridge
furniture.
between
It is
past and
authenticity.
present.
A
Each
reminder
step you
that
take
design
isn't
begins
only
with nature's
practical.
raw
It's a
materials.
walk through stories,
A log side table
memories,
teaches
and
us that
creativity.
beauty is not always
In the end,
altered,
what
but
was once
revealed
broken
when
doesn't
we honor
remain
what is
lost.
already there.
Instead,
As evening falls,
it becomes part of
jars
something
once
greater,
used for preserves now
something
hold
that
light.
brings joy
Flames
and
flicker
meaning
within
to your
them.
everyday walk.
Their glow turning
This
glass
is the
into
true
lanterns.
magic of
On
mosaics,
tables along
turning
paths,
fragments of
or hanging from
yesterday into
trees,
the foundation
they
for
shine
tomorrow.
softly.
There
This
is
is
a
the
certain
glass jar
poetry
candle
in the
holder,
way the wind moves
recycled,
through
magical,
objects,
and filled
turning
with warmth.
silence into
There
music.
is wonder
Old
in its
keys
glow.
that once opened
Guests
doors,
gather around the table.
spoons that once
Their
stirred
conversations
soup,
bathed
and bottle
in golden
caps
light.
that once sealed
Children point
laughter-filled
upward,
evenings.
marveling at
All of them
jars
can
swaying
sing
from
again when
branches like
gathered
glowing
into a
fruit.
wind chime.
And when the night deepens,
What others see
the
as
candle
junk
holders
becomes
cast
an
dancing
instrument of
shadows,
calm. Picture
making
this.
the garden feel
A
alive with
gentle
stories,
breeze sweeps across
making
your
them as
garden,
both simple
and
and
suddenly
creative.
the air is
Clean
filled
old
with a
glass
soft,
jars,
melodic
then decorate them with
clinking.
twine,
Each
lace, or
sound
paint
is
for
unique,
rustic charm.
unpredictable,
Place tea lights,
and
candles,
soothing.
or LED
It
lights
feels
inside.
as though the wind itself
Arrange Arrange them
is
on
speaking,
tables, line
weaving
pathways,
forgotten
or hang
fragments
them
of
in
metal
clusters.
into a lullaby
This
for your
project
home.
is more than
These
lighting.
wind
It
chimes
is
not
atmosphere.
only bring charm,
Proof that
they
beauty
bring
can be
presence.
born from the simplest
A
materials.
reminder to pause
A jar
and
candle
listen.
holder teaches us
Creating
that
one
even in
is
darkness,
as simple as tying
light can be
strings
carried
to
in
an
what
old
others
branch
discard.
or wooden ring,
In the garden
then
sits a
attaching
basket,
your chosen
woven
scrap
by
items.
hand. Once
Keys
used carry
produce a
goods, but now
delicate
carrying
tinkle.
life.
Spoons
Its
a deeper
sides cradle
chime,
soil,
and
while
caps a
flowers and
playful
herbs
rattle.
spill from the top
Experiment
like a
with
painter's
different
palette.
objects
This
and
is a woven
placements
basket
to
planner.
find your garden's
Rustic,
perfect
eco-friendly,
voice.
and endlessly
One
charming.
practical tip
There
is
is
to
grace
coat the
in its
metals
texture.
with clear varnish
Guests
if you
pause
want
to
to
admire
reduce
how
rust
natural
while
fibers frame
keeping their
delicate
rustic
blooms.
shine.
Children
The beauty
peek
of
into
this
baskets filled
DIY
with
is
strawberries
that it's
or
never
mint.
uniform.
curious
Each
about the
chime
treasures
carries
inside.
its own personality,
And when dusk
depending
falls,
on what materials you
lanterns
have.
glow nearby,
And every time the
making
wind
the baskets
blows,
look like rustic
it plays a
sculptures
song that
alive with
belongs
green.
only to your
Creating
garden.
one is both
In a
simple
world
and
often
sustainable.
filled with noise,
Choose sturdy
these
woven
homemade
baskets.
chimes create
Line the
harmony.
inside with burlap
They
or
remind us
coconut
that
fiber
even
to
the
hold
most
soil.
ordinary scraps
Fill
can
with
find a
compost,
new life,
then plant herbs,
not just
flowers,
as
or
decoration,
even vegetables.
but as music.
This project
The
is more
music
than
of
decor.
renewal,
It is
resilience,
tradition,
and joy.
proof that
Water,
craft of the past still
the
hold beauty
lifeblood of
and
every
purpose
garden,
today.
often
A woven
slips
basket
away
planner
faster
teaches
than
us
we
that
realize.
nature and handmade
But
art
what if
belong
a simple
together.
plastic bottle,
Carrying
something
life
we
in
usually
every
throw
strand.
away, could
Against
become
the
a
garden
clever
wall
guardian
stands a
that keeps
patchwork
your
of
plants
shutters.
nourished day
Once
after
used to
day?
frame windows,
That
but
is the
now
gift of
framing
self-watering
nature.
planters.
Painted in faded
Simple,
blues, soft greens,
sustainable,
and rustic
and
whites.
surprisingly
They
elegant.
lean together like
Picture
pages
this,
of a storybook.
a line of bottles,
This is a shutter wall.
each cut in
Vintage,
half,
upcycled,
the top
and
inverted
full
like
character.
a funnel and
There is
filled with
nostalgia
rich
in
soil.
its presence.
A string
Guests
of cotton
pause,
threads dips
drawn
into
to
the
the charm
water
of weathered
reservoir
wood
below,
and peeling
slowly
paint.
feeding the plant
Children
above.
peek through the slats,
It's quiet magic,
giggling as flowers
the
spill
earth
from pots
drinking at
mounted
its
on
own
the panels.
pace.
And when
Without
evening
waste,
falls,
without
fairy
hurry,
lights strung
your
across the
herbs
shutters
stay
glow
lush
softly,
and green,
making the wall
even
a
when your
magical
busy days
backdrop.
keep you from watering.
Creating one is creative
One
and
practical
affordable.
tip is to
Collect
use dark-colored
old shutters,
bottles or
arrange
paint the
them side by
outside to
side
block
and mount flower
excessive
pots,
sunlight,
lanterns,
which
or
helps
shells
reduce
onto
algae
panels.
growth inside
This
the water
project
chamber.
is more than
Another
decor.
trick is to test
It is
with different wick
storytelling.
materials.
Proof that
Cotton
the
works
past can
beautifully,
still brighten the
but
present when
recycled
given a
cloth
new
strips
role.
also
A shutter
do the
wall
job.
teaches us that
Over
beauty
time,
is not always
you'll
in
notice your
perfection,
plants
but in
growing
character,
healthier.
written
Their
in
roots
layers of
always
time.
gently
At
hydrated.
the edge of the garden
This
rises
project
a
is
wall,
perfect for those
not
living in
concrete or
small
metal,
spaces
but of bamboo.
or with busy schedules.
Slender canes stand
Place the
shoulder to
planters
shoulder,
on your balcony,
bound by
windowsill,
twine, forming
or
a screen
even
that
indoors
feels alive.
near a sunny spot.
This is the bamboo
You'll not
fence
only
panel,
save water,
rustic,
but also
eco-friendly,
save time,
and full of natural
all while
grace.
giving plastic
There's
a second
calm
life
in its
that
presence.
truly matters.
Guests admire
More
the way
than a
it
gardening
softens
hack,
boundaries,
these self-watering
blending privacy
bottles
with
are
beauty.
a quiet teacher.
Children run
They
their
remind
fingers
us
along
that
the smooth
sustainability
canes,
isn't complicated.
listening to the hollow
It's
sound
about
of bamboo
noticing
singing with the
possibilities
wind.
hidden in the
And
simplest
when night
things.
falls, fairy
With
lights strung
every
across
green
the
leaf
panels
that
glow
thrives,
warmly.
you'll see
Turn
that
the
care
fence into
doesn't
a
have to
living
be
backdrop.
constant,
Creating
but it
one
must
is
be
practical
thoughtful.
and rewarding.
And in that
Gather
balance,
bamboo
beauty
poles.
grows.
Tie
Every
them
piece of
tightly with
furniture
twine,
carries a
rope,
story.
or wire to
The
form
chair that
panels.
once held quiet
Secure the panels
conversations,
between wooden
the
posts or
dresser
against
that once
existing
cradled
fences.
folded clothes.
This project
They
is
may
more
grow
than a
old,
barrier.
but
It
they
is
need
balance.
not grow useless.
Proof that function and
With a
beauty
little
can live
creativity,
together
they
when
can be
nature
reborn
leaves
in the
design.
garden,
A
not
bamboo
as
fence
forgotten
panel
relics,
teaches us that
but as
privacy
living
doesn't mean
planters
closing off.
overflowing with
It
life.
means creating spaces
Picture
that feel
an
safe
old
yet
wooden
connected.
chair.
As
Its
dusk
seat hollowed
settles,
out
the
and
path
replaced
begins
with
to
a
glow.
pot of bright
Tin
geraniums.
cans, once tossed aside,
The weathered paint,
now shine with
chipped
candlelight.
and softened by
Their
time,
cutout patterns
contrasts
scattering stars
beautifully
across
with
the ground.
fresh bloom of
This
flowers.
is a recycled tin
It
lantern,
becomes a sculpture
rustic,
of contrast,
magical, and a
the
humble
old
guide
and the
for
new,
garden nights.
decay
There's
and
poetry
renewal,
in their glow.
woven together
Guests follow
in a
the
single
path
frame.
slowly,
Now
enchanted
imagine
by
a
the
dresser,
flickering shapes
its
beneath their
drawers
feet.
pulled open
Children
at
trace
playful
the patterns
angles,
of hearts,
each one
stars,
spilling
and
with
flowers
ivy,
cast on the
petunias,
stones.
or mint.
And when the breeze
From afar,
passes,
it looks like a cascade,
the lanterns shimmer
a
as if the
waterfall
night
of
itself is
green
alive.
and color tumbling
Creating them
down.
is easy
It is
and
whimsical
creative.
yet practical,
Clean empty tin cans,
breathing new life
filled
into
with water,
something that
and
might have been
freeze to keep
destined
their
for the
shape
landfill.
while you punch holes
One
using
helpful
nails.
tip is to drill
Once
drainage
thawed,
holes in the
place
drawers
candles
or
or
chair
LED
seat
lights
before
inside
planting,
and
ensuring
arrange
your
them along
flowers
garden
thrive
paths.
without
This
waterlogging.
project is
Painting
more
the
than
furniture
lighting.
in weatherproof
It is
colors adds
transformation,
not just charm,
proof
but
that
also
even
longevity.
discarded tin can become
And
a
if you
vessel
love
for
the
beauty.
rustic look,
A tin
leaving the
lantern
wood
teaches
raw
us that
allows the
imagination
patina
brings
of
both
time
function
to shine
and wonder.
through. These
Guiding
vintage
steps with
planters
light
are more
shaped
than
by our
decor.
hands.
They are
Hanging
reminders
from
that
beams and
nothing
branches.
truly loses its
Threads
value.
become art.
What once
Cradling
belonged to the
pots with
indoors
grace.
now finds
The
a
knots
second
twist
act
and
beneath the
weave,
sky,
holding
carrying
green life
beauty
that
in
cascades
unexpected
downward.
ways.
This is a macrame
Each bloom
plant
tells
hanger,
you,
rustic,
even
cozy,
what seems
and a
worn
vertical
out
garden
can
decor
still hold a
that
garden
feels
in its
timeless.
heart. A
There's
garden path
artistry in
is
their
more than a
presence.
walkway.
Guests look up,
It is an invitation,
amazed by how
a
simple
guide,
cord becomes
a
sculptures
quiet
in the
story
air.
beneath your steps.
Children run beneath,
And when built with
pointing
recycled
at
bricks
dangling
and
plants
broken
that
tiles,
sway gently
that
in the
story
breeze.
becomes
And
even
when
richer.
evening arrives,
Each
fairy
fragment
lights strung
carries
between them
history.
glow,
Each
turning the
crack
space
whispers
into
of
a
another
dreamlike
life,
retreat.
now
Creating
woven
one
into
is
the
soothing
present
and creative.
as part of something
Choose
beautiful.
cotton rope or jute
Imagine
cord, cut
strolling
several
through your
equal lengths,
backyard,
and weave the
your
cords
feet
into
tracing a
patterns.
mosaic
Gather them
made
at the
from
bottom,
discarded tiles
leaving a
and
cradle for a
uneven
pot.
bricks.
Then hang it
Sunlight
proudly.
strikes the glazed
This
surfaces,
project is
making
more
them
than
gleam
decoration.
like hidden
It is
jewels
craft,
among the soil
proof
and
that
moss.
beauty can be tied knot
The
by
pathway
knot,
doesn't strive
turning
for
rope into a
perfection.
stage for plants.
Instead,
A
it
macrame
celebrates
hanger
character.
teaches us that
Every
creativity
imperfection
can be
becomes
as
a
much
mark
about
of
patience as
authenticity.
vision. In the
Every
garden
irregular
circle
edge a
stand the
testament
seeds,
to
cut from the earth
resourcefulness.
itself.
Building
A
such
tree
a path
stump,
doesn't demand
once rooted in
expensive
soil,
materials.
now polished and steady,
Collect leftover bricks
serves as a
from
rustic
old
stool.
construction or
Its
salvage
rings tell a
broken
story of
tiles
years,
from renovation projects.
while its bark holds
Lay
the
them out
texture
on
of life.
compacted soil,
This is a tree
filling
stump
gaps
stool,
with gravel,
natural,
sand,
sturdy, and
or
full of
even
character.
moss for a natural
There's
finish.
honesty in its form.
A useful tip
Guests
is to
admire
arrange
its weight,
larger pieces at the
feeling both
center for
furniture
stability,
and sculpture in
while
one
smaller
piece.
shards can be
Children
used along
climb
the
onto
sides
it,
for decoration.
imagining
The
it as a
result is
throne
both
or
practical
stepping
and
stone.
artistic,
And when night
guiding
comes,
your way while brightening
stools
your
placed around
garden
a
with
fire pit
unexpected
glow
colors.
with warmth,
The beauty of
turning the garden
recycled
into a place of
pathways
gathering.
lies in their
Creating one
adaptability.
is straightforward
Straight
and
or
rewarding.
winding,
Find a solid
bold
stump,
or subtle.
cut it to
They
the
mold
desired height,
themselves to your space.
smoothing the top
And
with
every
sandpaper.
time you walk across,
Coat the surface with
you'll
oil
feel the
or
union
sealant
of
to protect
utility
against
and
weather.
art under your
This
feet.
project is
These
more
pathways
than seating.
remind us
It is
that
storytelling.
nothing truly goes to waste.
Proof that even
Bricks
remnants of
once
trees
part of a wall,
can find new life
tiles
in gardens.
once part of a floor.
A stump stool teaches
now they
us
serve
that
again,
beauty lies
carrying
in what we
you
honor,
through your garden.
not just
It is
what
a
we
gentle
build.
lesson.
Along the
with
wall hangs a
imagination,
row of jars,
even fragments
not storm
can lead us
preserves but
forward.
growing life.
Every bicycle
Inside
carries
them basil,
echoes
mint,
of journeys
and time
once
rise
taken.
from soil. Their
Childhood
roots
rides
visible
down
from
quiet
clear
streets,
glass.
errands
This
to
is
the
a mason
market,
jar
or
herb
leisurely
rack,
evenings
rustic,
along winding
charming,
roads.
and a garden that
When
fits
those
within
wheels
reach.
no longer
There is
turn,
delight
their
in its
story
simplicity.
doesn't have to
Guests
end.
admire the
In the
green
garden,
sprigs growing neatly
a
on the
bicycle
wall.
frame can be
Ready to
reborn as a
season meals
sculpture,
fresh from the
a
garden.
planter,
Children
or
brush their
even a
fingers
trellis
against
that
leaves,
marries memory
marveling
with
at the scent of
creativity.
mint and
Picture
rosemary.
an old bicycle
Creating one
leaning
is clever
gracefully
and
against a
rewarding.
fence,
Choose
its
a wooden
basket
board and attach
overflowing
mason
with
jars using
petunias
hose
and
clamps.
marigolds.
Fill the
Ivy
jars with
climbs through the
soil
spokes,
and plant herbs
weaving
of your
itself
choice.
into patterns
Hang
of
the rack
green
in a
links.
sunny kitchen corner,
What was once a
balcony,
vehicle
or
of
patio.
motion now
This
becomes a
project
still life
is more
of
than
beauty,
gardening.
rooted
It is
firmly in
convenience.
place,
Proof
yet
that
alive
food and
in
beauty
spirit.
can grow right where you
A
live.
bicycle wheel
A
alone
mason
can
jar
serve as a
herb rack
canvas.
teaches us that
Mounted
even the
upright,
smallest
it
spaces
makes a
can hold a
perfect
garden.
trellis for
In the garden
jasmine or
stands a
climbing
door,
roses.
but opens
The
to no
spokes
house.
guide each vine
Instead, it
upward,
frames
creating a
vines and
delicate
blossoms,
geometry that
transforming
changes
into a
with the
trellis
seasons.
that welcomes
Or,
life.
for the
Its
bold,
wood is weathered,
weld
its paint
multiple
chipped.
frames together
It
into
holds
whimsical
roses
sculptures.
that climb gracefully toward the
Abstract
sky.
forms that catch
This
the
is the
eye
wooden door
and
trellis.
start conversations.
Vintage, rustic, and
Practical
full of
tips.
charm.
If you're
There
using a
is
full bike,
wonder in its
remove the
transformation.
tires to prevent
Guests
decay
stop,
and
surprised to
paint
see
the
an
frame
old door
with
reborn
weatherproof
as a
colors.
piece of the garden.
Bright
And when
hues
night
like
falls,
turquoise
fairy
or
lights
sunflower
twine across
yellow
the
can
frame,
turn it into a
turning into
cheerful
a
focal
glowing
point.
gateway.
Wheels can be
Creating one
sprayed
is
with
simple
protective
and
coating
rewarding.
to hold their
Find
shine
an
through
old wooden
rain
door.
and sun.
Secure
These
it upright
sculptures
against a
are
wall,
more than
and
decorations.
plant climbing
They
flowers
are
like
reminders
clematis
of
or
movement,
roses at its base.
of life cycles,
With time, the
transformed
vines
into
weave
art that
themselves across
rests
the panels,
quietly in your garden.
turning the door into
Each
a canvas
rusted
of life.
spoke and curved
This
handlebar
project
speaks
is
of the
more
past.
than decor.
Yet in their
It is
new role,
reinvention.
they
Proof
celebrate
that
growth.
objects of the past can
It's a
guide
way of
growth
saying
in the
that
present.
beauty
A
doesn't
door
fade
trellis
with time.
teaches us that beauty
It simply
does not
changes
fade with
shape,
age.
waiting
It
to be
changes
discovered
form.
anew.
From sturdy
Sometimes the
ropes
most
and simple
enchanting
knots,
illusions come
beauty
from the
hangs in the
simplest
air.
objects.
Pots filled
An
with flowers,
old window
herbs,
frame,
or succulents dangle
once part of a
gracefully,
forgotten house,
swaying
can
gently with the
become a
breeze.
mirror that doubles
This is
the
a hanging
beauty
rope
of your
planter,
garden.
rustic,
It doesn't
creative,
just reflect,
and perfect for
it
balconies or
transforms.
patios.
With every
There is
glance,
lightness in their
it
presence.
opens the
Guests
imagination
look
to
upward,
spaces that feel
charmed
larger,
by plants floating
deeper,
as if
and
suspended
more
in
magical.
song. And when
Picture a
evening
wooden
falls,
frame.
the
Its
planters
paint
glow
chipped by
under fairy
time,
lights,
hanging
turning the
gently on a
space
fence.
into a rustic haven.
Inside,
Creating
a
one
mirror
is simple
captures
and
the
affordable.
blossoms swaying
Choose
in the
thick rope
breeze,
or jute
making your
cord.
garden appear
Cut
twice
equal
as
lengths,
lush.
knotting
The
them together at
reflection
one end
draws
to
your
form a
eyes
cradle.
into another
Place
world,
a pot within,
as though you're
secure
peeking
it with
into a
knots,
secret garden
and
that
hang from
exists
hooks, beams,
just
or
beyond
tree
your own.
branches.
Placing
This
mirrors in the
project is
garden
more than
isn't only
gardening.
aesthetic,
It is
it's practical.
creativity.
They brighten
Proof that
shaded
simple
corners
ropes can turn
by
into
bouncing
art
sunlight
when
where it
paired with
rarely
nature.
reaches.
A hanging
A
rope
small
planter
space
teaches
feels
us
more
that gardens
expansive,
aren't bound to
alive
ground.
with dimension.
They can rise,
One helpful
drift,
tip:
and decorate the
angle
air.
the mirror slightly
From branches
downward,
above hangs
so
a
it
circle of
reflects
rubber.
flowers and
One
greenery
chooses a
instead
travel
of the
rose,
sky,
now
creating the
filled with light.
illusion of endless
Flowers
depth.
cascade from its center.
Another is to seal the
Vines tumble
edges with
gently with the
waterproofing
wind.
to protect it
This is a
from
tire
rain
swing
and
planter.
humidity. You
Playful,
can keep
rustic,
the frame
and a
rustic,
joyful feature for the
embracing
garden.
its weathered
There is
charm,
charm in its
or
whimsy.
painted in fresh,
Guests smile at the
cheerful
sight of colors
colors to
spilling
match your
from a
plants.
swing.
Either
Children
way,
run beneath,
the effect is
pointing at
captivating.
blossoms
A
swaying
simple
overhead.
transformation
And
that
when
turns
night
old
falls,
wood and
fairy
glass
lights wrap
into
around
a portal
ropes,
of beauty.
making the planter
What's
glow
most
like a lantern
inspiring
in the
is
trees.
how this project
Creating one is
reminds us
fun
of
and
perspective.
affordable.
A
Choose
mirror
an
doesn't
old tire,
create new flowers.
clean and paint it.
It shows us the
Drill
beauty
drainage
we
holes at the
already
bottom.
have.
Then
Doubled.
fill the tire
In
with
life
soil and
and in the
plants.
garden,
Suspend
Sometimes
it
we
with
just
strong
need a
rope
fresh
from a
view
sturdy
to
tree
realize
branch.
how much abundance
This
surrounds
project
us.
is more than planner.
That's the
It is
quiet
imagination,
gift of an old window
proof
reborn.
that even worn
It
objects
teaches
can
us
hold
to see
laughter
again
and growth.
with wonder.
A tire
There is
swing
a
planner
certain warmth
teaches
in wooden
us that
crates,
gardens are not
simple,
only for beauty,
sturdy,
but for play.
and timeless.
At the heart of the garden
Once used
rises
to
a
carry
frame of
fruits
wood.
or store tools,
Beams strong
they
yet
can be
welcoming.
reborn in the garden
Vines climb
as
its
charming
posts, and
displays for
sunlight
herbs.
dances through its open
Stacked
roof.
like steps,
Beneath it
these
rests a
crates
lounge,
create
a
a
place
living
for rest,
staircase of
laughter,
fragrance and
gathering.
color,
This is a
turning
wooden
even
beam
the
pergola,
smallest corner
rustic,
into
timeless,
a delightful
and a
patch
retreat
of
shaped by
abundance.
hand.
Imagine a
presence
tiered
in its
arrangement of
structure.
crates leaning
Guests sit
gently
beneath,
against a wall,
feeling embraced by
each
shade
level brimming
and
with
light
basil,
woven together.
thyme,
And when evening
mint, and
falls,
parsley.
fairy lights strung
The
across the
green leaves
beams
spill
glow like
over the
stars,
edges, their
turning the
scents
pergola into a
carried by the
sanctuary of
breeze.
warmth.
The wood,
Building one is a
weathered by
project
time,
of patience and
contrasts
reward.
beautifully with
Choose
the
sturdy
fresh
wooden
vibrancy
beams.
of the herbs.
Plant posts
It
deep in the
feels
ground for
rustic yet
stability.
elegant,
Then connect
practical
overhead beams
yet poetic.
in an open lattice.
Building this display
This project
is simple.
is more than a
Place
structure.
one crate
It
on
is
the
a
ground,
gathering.
then stack the
Proof that
others
homes are
slightly
not
back
built only
to
with
create
walls,
natural tiers.
but with places where people
Line
come
the
together.
inside with
A
landscape
pergola
fabric or
teaches us that
plastic to keep
architecture
soil
can
in
be both
place.
shelter
And don't forget to
invitation.
drill
Once
small
used to
drainage
reach
holes.
rooftops,
A useful
ladder
tip
now
is
holds
to
a garden.
dedicate each
Each
crate
step
to a
becomes
different
a
family
shelf.
of herbs,
Each
culinary
shelf
on
is
one,
staged for flowers,
medicinal
herbs,
on
and
another,
succulents.
so that harvesting
Standing
becomes
tall
both
against the wall.
easy and
This
organized.
is the ladder shelf
If
garden,
space is tight,
rustic, vertical,
crates
and
can be
endlessly
arranged
charming.
vertically,
There is
forming a
surprise in
compact
its
wall of
reinvention.
greenery that
Guests
thrives
pause,
even on a balcony
delighted to
or
see pots
patio.
arranged
Paint
neatly
them
along
in
the
cheerful
rungs.
colors for a
And when
playful
night
touch,
comes, fairy
or
lights
leave
draped
them
across the
bare
ladder
to
glow,
embrace their rustic
turning the
charm.
display into a
Either
sculpture
way,
of life
they
and
bring
light.
structure
Creating
and
one is
life
practical
where
and
once there was
inspiring.
only empty space.
Find an old wooden
These
ladder,
crate gardens
lean it
remind
against
us
a
of
wall,
resourcefulness,
and place wooden plants
how
across
everyday
the rungs to
objects
form
can
shelves.
hold unexpected
Arrange
beauty
potted
when
plants
given a
on
new
each level.
purpose.
This
Each
project
leaf that
is
grows
more
in
than
them is
storage.
proof that simplicity
It is
can be
transformation,
powerful,
proof
and
that
that
old
nourishment
tools can
for
carry
both
new
body
life when
and
placed in
spirit
nature's hands.
can bloom from the
A ladder
humblest of
shelf
boxes.
garden teaches us
There's
that
a certain
vertical
delight
spaces hold
in
just
surprising
as
the
much
eye,
potential
in
as
turning
the ground
something
beneath our feet.
ordinary into